Hi guys! I'm going to do a video tutorial on how to use Estudio. So this is going to help you walk through the scavenger hunt. Okay, so you're doing it independently, not in class, but you're not doing it alone. Okay, so just real quick about Estudio, there's three really cool things that Estudio is going to do for us. And the first one is it's going to give you access to the book from home. So inside Estudio, we'll see that we actually have a virtual copy of the book. It's an exact copy. It's like they scanned it for you, okay? So that's really cool if you're studying or need to look at some things when you're at home and we don't have that physical book. If you really want a physical book, remember you can always talk to me. I'll check you one out, okay? The second thing that Estudio is going to do for us is it's really going to streamline the homework process. So that means you're going to know a little more clearly when things are due, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then you're also going to be able to work ahead if you please and things like that. So that'll be great. And the third thing it's going to do for us is it's going to give you instant feedback. So as you complete the assignments, Estudio will tell you how you did. It'll tell you if an answer was wrong or things like that. So that'll be really nice because that way you're not just doing the practice and then wondering, while I'm putting my little dinosaur stamps on your worksheet. So this is how Estudio is going to work. So the first thing you're going to do in your scavenger hunt, we're going to just go down the list. I can find the home page. So I'm going to go to this address, all right, that we see right there. So I've already got it pulled up on mine, so we're ready to go. Sounds good. And I was actually logged in, so I'll log out. Okay, so that one's good to go. So let's highlight that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to log in with the username and password. I will tell you what the username and password combination is. It's going to be some mixture of your first and your last name and then a number after it. Your password is going to be your student ID number. So I will give that info to you, and then you'll just have to write it down, remember it, or whatever. So let me get logged in for myself. Okay, I've logged in. Fantastic. So I'm going to put this username and password somewhere where I know. So if I say, hey, where's your username and password? You're going to say, oh, I wrote it in my planner, or oh, I put it in my phone, or oh, I wrote it on whatever, the bottom of my shoe. Wherever it is that you're going to be able to find it, that's where you need to have it, okay? So if I give you an assignment on Estudio, you're not going to come back later and say, oh, I didn't know my password, because you're going to put it somewhere safe. So now we're going to explore what it looks like inside. So the first thing we're going to do is find the online textbook. So when you log in, it's going to look like this. You're going to have my workstation, my classes, so you should only be enrolled in my class, okay? So this is Spanish 1, and then whatever class you're in, first period, second period, fifth, or sixth. So there are 4 books here, and this is the cool thing. This one is the ebook, so this is a virtual copy of the book. So if you click on that, it's going to show you what the book is. So you guys know the purple book. So let's say you needed to review the alphabet. You click there and it'll help you review the alphabet. And then you can look at each chapter individually. So let's say we're going to start chapter 2. Click on chapter 2. That's the first page of chapter 2. Okay? And then as you click through it, those are actually the next pages that you're seeing. Vocab, okay, grammar, etc. So that's a pretty cool resource. You have that. So if you need to go back and review this verb, you've got that anywhere you can access the internet. So that's pretty cool. So I can find the online textbook. Yep, you bet I can. So the title of chapter 1 is, so let's find the title. If you click on chapter 1, oh, sorry, not the diagnostic. That's the title right there, Como Somos. So at the beginning of each chapter, it'll have a title, La Familia y la Casa. So you're going to go through each chapter and find out what the title is, okay? So I'm not going to click through every single one because I think you get the idea. So then you're going to find the workbook and the audio activities tab. So from here where we were looking, you can simply look at the top and there's these green tabs. The one that's darkest is the tab you're currently viewing. So I want to go to workbook and audio activities, and here it is. And the cool thing is the workbook is exactly what your the packets that I had been giving you is. So you're going to have less paper, less things to deal with, and the grades are instant. So that's pretty cool. So you click on the workbook, and this is exactly what the activity would be in the workbook. So you'll notice every chapter is broken down into vocab 1, vocab 2, grammar, and then there'll be like listening and integration sections. So if I say, you know, go to your workbook and do vocab 1 activity C, you're going to navigate to your workbook, scroll down till you find vocab 1 activity C, or I could assign vocab 2 activity F, or whatever I might assign you, okay? So that's how you're going to navigate that. So we can definitely find that. I can find the pre-AP workbook tab. So pre-AP, that's going to be some really good practice for you, okay? Same deal, you can click on through there. So that's the pre-AP tab. And then I want you to tell me, what can you practice in that tab? What do you see? Okay? What are those things that you can be practicing? And that's the tabs that are on the left. Finally, I can find the chapter videos. This is actually a pretty cool tab. So you can click here on chapter videos, and they're going to have the grammar or the culture or the vocabulary videos for each chapter. So if I say, okay guys, go home and watch vocab 3, cultura en vivo, you would go to this tab, chapter 3, cultura en vivo. Then eventually, here it is, it would pop up and you would hit play, okay? So that's how you're going to find the chapter videos. So I want you to watch a video, put the name of it at the front there, and tell me real quick in English what happens. So tell me what chapter you're on, and then what happened in the video, okay? Then finally, you want to look at the grammar videos tab. So this one is awesome. So you click on the next tab, and this is going to have, so if you're like, oh man, I really need to review agreements. She's always talking about concordancia. I have no idea what that is. So click on agreements of noun and adjectives, and that video will pop up for you, okay? Then you have some prescriptive and assessment. Those are going to be if I were to give you, say, hey, you need to work on this, you could go back, and that's going to be practice for those old materials. So when the semester final comes, you're going to want to keep that part in mind. And then the assessment tab, if I assign you an online assessment, you would do that here, okay? So that's what all the tabs are. I want you to just reflect a couple minutes. What do you like about the site? What do you not like about the site? And that would be your scavenger hunt assignment, okay? Just real quick, I'm going to show you a couple other really cool things. So if you close this window, it will go back to the original window you had. So if you click on any of these books, it's going to take you to that same view. It's just a different tab. What I'm going to want you to look at is if you click on this mustard yellow arrow, and you're going to click on My Tools, and then just mouse over Calendar and then click. This is going to tell you what is due. So I can give you an assignment for a certain date, and then we'll see, for example, Thursday, November 6th, that this was due, all these assignments were due. So we can look at next week, and there's no activities due this week, not yet, okay? And the important thing to remember about the calendar is it works week by week. So let's say it was Saturday. So I clicked on Saturday the 1st, and these are the assignments. And I'm like, oh, I've already completed this one. So I just have to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 assignments, and I'm done. Well, that's true for that week. But if I want to look at the weeks ahead, then I need to click on the following week. Okay, so it's only going to show you what work is due on that particular week. So that's important to keep in mind, okay? So that's how you navigate the website. That's how you look at the calendar, and that's how you're going to know what assignments are due. You log in, click on a book, click on My Tools, and click on the calendar, and then click on the respective week, okay? So again, looking at, if you've done it, it's going to have this check mark that says it's complete. If it has a green dot right there, it's saying grading is complete and the score is shown, okay? So make sure you're checking that, and if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.